What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be taking you through a full gym workout explained. So what that means is I'm going to be doing a full gym workout. I'm going to voice over it and explain to you guys how to properly do a deadlift, how to set up, and then how to do every other exercise that is currently on my workout split for today. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It helps me out so much and it ensures that you guys don't miss out on more fun videos to come. I post every single Wednesday and Sundays. If you guys want to follow me on my other platforms, these are my other social medias on TikTok and Instagram. Both of my handles are just at @NikkiFa_fitness. If you guys have any questions at all or want to get any of the information on my app, you guys can find that linked in the description box. I'm excited to hit leg day today, so let's get to it. Hello friends, so I'm about to take you through today's workout, but first we're gonna set up our squat rack. So I love to move these little like notch things. I'm 5'7" and I put them at a level 6, and that is perfect for my height for this squat rack. So first off, I like to just do all of my dynamic stretches, which you guys have already seen previously before this segment of the video. But basically a dynamic stretch is when you're doing movements that are consistently like making your body like active, so you don't want to do anything static. We keep that for after the workout. And all of the dynamic exercises and movements that I do are like specifically tailored for my leg day. So for example, like you just saw me do some RDLs with the barbell. I'm warming up and doing some sumo deadlifts with the barbell. For me, the barbell is really light, so if that is a heavy weight for you, then definitely just use body weight or something lighter than that. And then now these safety clips, always make sure that your barbell is like ready to go before you start lifting your weights. I am doing a warm-up set first, so this weight right here is what I use for a warm-up. And then this diamond on the ground, this is how we're gonna set up our feet. So I have my feet on the outside of it, which is basically like a sumo stance, wider than shoulder width apart. I also use a overhand underhand grip, which just helps me hold on to the barbell better because I don't have that best of grip strength, so I can't really do like a hook grip or like an overhand. So I just do one over, one under, and that definitely helps me. And then, like I said, this is just my warm-up set. I am making sure to keep my spine neutral and really engaging my glutes. Making sure that your spine is neutral and keeping your core tight is gonna make sure that you don't put too much stress on your lower back when deadlifting. And then, as you see right now, see how the barbell was like kind of uneven when I went down, like it hit the left and then the right? That's totally fine. Not all of your lifts are going to be perfect, so if you mess up a little bit, just make sure that you stay composed and you keep going. Now I'm adding my lifting belt because I'm going into like my actual working reps and sets. So since I'm increasing my weight, I'm going to decrease my reps. So I just did 12 on the previous one. Now I'm about to do 10 reps and then increase my weight and decrease my reps from there all the way down to 6. I make sure that when I do my sumo deadlift that I keep my core engaged. That is the number one thing to do. But also make sure that your feet are properly placed. Keep your toes pointed out the entire time. Keep your spine neutral the whole time, and make sure that when you go down, you keep your chin tucked, so like you're looking at the ground when you're starting, and then your eyes follow and look up as you get to the top. Once I get to the top, I make sure to really squeeze my glutes, just like you see there. Not too aggressively, but just to make sure that we keep it intact and that we lock out at the top. Now moving on, we are going to be doing some hip thrusts. With this one, I wanted to keep the reps higher, so we're going to be doing 20 reps of these. So use a lighter weight. Still challenging, but definitely lighter than what you usually use. 135 is light for me, but just because I use a weight for myself does not mean that you need to use a specific weight to like see results in your body. All of our bodies are different. So getting ready in the hip thrust, this is how your feet should look, about shoulder width apart. And then when you lift up your glutes, your knees should be at like a right angle with your hamstrings and your calves, if that makes sense. Make sure to keep your knees out the entire time. So when you lift up your glutes, you're gonna lock out at the top, and that's gonna equal 1 rep. As you guys can see, like this bench that I'm on, I made this bench just by like the little tools all the way in the back. You can see them on that rack. I like to make my benches because those boxes and the benches that we have at our gym, they're a little bit too high. So I don't really get the best like range of motion when I use those benches. So I like to make them just to be tailored to my specific body. And then once you get to like your 15th rep out of 20, you can see like I'm really struggling here. But those are the reps that really count, and we want to push our body to its limits to really see like the growth in your glutes or whatever muscle group that you're working. Next up, we're going to superset with these RDLs. So I have 2 dumbbells. Make sure that your feet are about a little bit less than shoulder width apart. And then grab your dumbbells. These are both 45 pounds. So use a weight that's like challenging and manageable. Usually I use like 65 to 70. So this is a lighter weight for me. And then see how I go down like a little bit further than my shins. That's based on like your mobility and how flexible you are. So if you can go more or less, that's totally fine. But what you really want to make sure is that you hinge your hips back, keep your knees slightly bent, and do not like dramatically hyperextend your back to squeeze your glutes at the top. We don't want that. You want to make sure that you're constantly like keeping a constant tension on your glutes the entire time, and you should really feel like the burn in your main part of your glutes, your under glutes, and your hamstrings. This one like should leave you on fire. I believe I did like 12 reps of these. It was really difficult for the superset. And then when you're done, just put your weights on the ground, and then you're going to rest, and then you'll repeat that again like 3 times. So now moving on, we are going to finish off with these back extensions. This is like a brand new machine that my friend Taylor just showed me, and I'm obsessed with it. So I believe I did 15 reps, and I'm holding a 45-pound plate. So use a weight that works for you. I like to keep the plate like an arm's length distance, like a full extension away from my body, because that puts more of an emphasis and focus on your glutes when doing these. And then try to keep your back rounded. By keeping your back rounded, you're going to put more of a focus on your glutes and your hamstrings, but like it's normal to feel this in your back as well, because it's just like a full posterior chain exercise, and it literally will leave you on fire. It's one of my favorites. So now that the workout is over, I always like to do some cardio as like a cool down. So using the Stair Master, I think I did like 10 minutes at a level 12, and just let my body flush itself out. And then now I'm doing my static stretches. So dynamic before, static after. You want to make sure that you do static after your workouts so that you can really just like let your muscles relax and not be sore for the next day. These are some of my favorite movements, but basically just use like 5 to 8 stretches and hold them for like 10 seconds. But don't overthink it, just a little bit of stretching. Make sure that you always warm up and you always stretch. And then I do some dead hangs after. It just like elongates your spine and decompresses like your lower back. It is the best thing ever. So I highly recommend trying those out as well. So that concludes today's video. Now I'm going to have my protein from Beam. I just take 2 scoops of this after every single workout. It's about 40 grams of protein. I think 200 calories. I take 2 servings. I like to make sure that I get all my protein in since I am tracking. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment on what kind of videos you want to see next, and subscribe so you don't miss out on more fun videos to come. Like I said before, I post every single Wednesday and Sunday, which is 2 times per week. So do not miss out on all of those videos. I love you, and I hope you have a beautiful day.